Hi, I am Warren Feldman, and I am 1938 Media. I know you're starving. Put up with it. I'm not going to be very technical like Scott because, quite frankly, I just don't know that stuff. I couldn't understand anything he was talking about. That being said, what I am going to talk about is blogging. I figured that'd be a safe subject here at a blog conference, so we'll go with that. Wired magazine, I don't know if you get that in this part of the world, but there was an article about the death of blogging. I believe Paul Bouton wrote it, who's a blowjob hack who works for Valleywag, so you have to take it with a grain of salt, whatever Paulie Boy says. But I want to address that because it is the furthest thing from the truth. And I also want to talk about social media and Facebook and all of that crap and how that plays into all of this. Paul couldn't be more wrong. The most important thing in your digital life is your personal blog. Not Facebook, not any of the stupid groups you belong to, any of that. None of that matters. The most important thing is your blog, because that's who you are. That's where you have the most control. Your blog is your little slice of digital heaven, and no one can fuck with you there, okay? On Facebook and all of these other places, you are just a cog in the machine. That's all you are. Facebook doesn't care about you. Google doesn't care about you. Frankly, I don't care about you. Who cares about you? You care about you. And that's why you should put all of your energy into your blog. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm into this personal branding bullshit, because that's a bunch of bullshit, okay? It's not, no one cares about your brand, some Dutch dude, no one cares, okay? But you can have a great blog and reach a lot of people. And here's the thing. Facebook and Twitter and FriendFeed, those are all services that are based on your fear, okay? That's why these services are successful, is because you're afraid that you're alone in this digital world, okay? Most blogs have no readers, okay? No commenters, and it sucks, okay? And what these services do is they play off of that fear. So you can write a 5,000 meticulously crafted post on your blog about how you're going to solve world peace and the energy crisis, okay? No one's going to fucking read it or care. That's just the way it is. But you can go on Twitter and say, Hugh McLeod's an asshole. 1 million people are going to jump in. Oh, no, he's not. Yes, he is. Cartoons, they're stupid, they're smart, they're this, they're that. It's instant feedback, which is the point. Oh, hi, Hugh. Sorry, didn't know you were here. The point is, it's instant feedback, and as human beings, it's part of our nature to want that. Whether somebody says you're handsome, you're not handsome, whatever it is, even the negative stuff, people want that interaction. And that's why these services have gotten very big, okay? But it's a false trap, okay? Because what happens is you think you're doing quote-unquote good work, and you're really doing just marginal work, okay? Marginal at best, probably. But you're all high and mighty yourself because you got 500 Twitter followers or something, okay? Half of which are robots, and the other half is Scoville. So, you know, the important thing is you have to stay true to yourself and not worry that you get 0 comments and 0 viewers, because I promise you, I joke, but somebody out there is reading you and liking you, and they're just too shy to comment, or they're too embarrassed to comment, or whatever. You know, I'm quote-unquote considered a popular person on the internet, okay? I don't know what that means exactly. You're all free to go to 1938 Digital, which is my YouTube account, and you'll see that I don't have millions of views. Far from it. I have a few thousand views. Yet people apparently, you know, maybe know who I am in certain circles of the tech industry and of the blog industry. And the reason is, it's because I talk to fucking players. okay? That's my audience. When I goof on Mike Garrington, I get a phone call saying I'm an asshole. You know what I'm saying? So I'd say that not to brag, and believe me, getting a phone call from Harrington is the last thing you want. But I say it because you want to connect with whoever your niche and your audience is. And it doesn't matter if it's millions and millions of people. It really doesn't. I would much rather have, and I do, some of the racier, crazier videos that I do, if 5 of my friends get it and send me an email like, oh my God, that was funny, I'm happy. Okay, I try and connect with just a few people, and I try and do it one person at a time. And I think that that's the best way that you're going to build an audience, get traction, all of those good words for being popular. This is high school, okay? Blogging is high school. I was good looking and popular in high school, and I don't expect it to change now. And that being said, if you were the geeky kid in the corner of the hallway, at the same time, this is a great way to, quote, reinvent yourself to an extent. Where if you were shy, you don't have to be now. Kind of brings up another point, the shyness and stuff like that. When you put your heart and your intellectual thoughts and your emotions out there for people, you're going to get beat up for it, and for a number of reasons. The first reason is most people don't have the balls to just say what they feel and say what they mean. Okay, so that's very scary to a lot of people. Just the fact that you do have the wherewithal to express yourself. Doesn't matter if they agree with you or not even, a lot of people are going to be intimidated just based on that fact. I've been torn apart. I don't know if you guys know a lot about the American press, or I'm not going to be so presumptuous to know that you know anything about me, but I've done some racier videos, and I got fucking buried for it. Lost big dollars and corporate deals and all of this kind of stuff. But I made a choice when I started this that I didn't get into this for money. I don't think any of us are in it for money. Okay, there is none. But I did it because I was an old actor and I just wanted to express myself. And that's why I got into it, and I think for whatever success I've had, quote unquote, I think it's because I've stayed true to that vision, which is just wanting to do what I want to do. I know it sounds infantile, but I tell my poor fiance, and again, but when it comes to your blogging, which is your life, it's the only attitude you should have. I get emails every day telling me how I should do better videos and I should do this and I do that, and I don't even answer them because I don't care. I don't care about your opinion. And that doesn't mean that I don't value as people, but I don't call up Hugh McLeod and say, you know what, use a different pen. I don't like this pen you're using. He does his thing, I appreciate it.
People do write me those emails, though.
Of course, and you hate it, right?
They're douchebags.
Yeah. See, douchebags. You don't want to be a douchebag. That's one thing you want to avoid on the web is the douchebag moniker. But the point is that you have to do you got to do what you want to do. And whether it's making idiotic puppet videos that nobody outside of tech understands, do that. If you're doing cartoons, do that. If you're a great writer, do that. But the point is, you have to put yourself out there as an artist, and that's what this is, and most of you aren't artists. I come from an artistic background, so I'm used to taking criticism and bad reviews, although I never got that many bad reviews, whatever. You can't ever let that discourage you. You have to just do your thing and keep doing it, and eventually you will find an audience. That's just how it goes. I'm not one of these people, a social media slut, if you will, a la, let's say, I don't want to name names, but like Gary Vaynerchuk, for instance. I'm not the kind of guy who says, hey, follow me. Hey, follow me. Hey, act douchebag, I'm cool, follow me. I've never done that. I've never asked for a viewer. I've never asked for a hit. I've never reached out to anyone and said, hey, notice me, all right? First of all, I find it in poor taste. I just wasn't raised like that. I'm not someone who looks for help generally. And truthfully, I think it's fucking lame. I think that it's much cooler and you have a lot more juice when people discover you on their own. Whether it's from a friend, whether it's from a Google or a Facebook, that's fine. But the minute that it's difficult to promote yourself. Again, you know, actors can't agent themselves, so to speak. There's an old Hollywood expression, okay? I can't go into a casting director's office and say, I'm fucking Tom Cruise. But somebody else can go in that office and say, yo, Feldman's Tom Cruise. That's going to carry a lot more weight. And it's the same thing with blogging, video, promoting yourself. It might take you a little longer to get the quote-unquote numbers that you feel are important for you. But if you let things happen organically, you're going to have much, much deeper connection with your audience. And it's more respectful to your audience. You want to give, or at least I do, you want to, you know, there's something magical in discovery, okay? No matter what it is. You know, if you're a clothes horse, let's say, and you walk into some shop and you see like the killer jacket, you get that like for a minute, like, yeah, you know? Or if you're super into music and your buddy turns you on to a new band, that first epiphany and feeling of discovery is a great, great feeling that we as human beings have. And it's completely organic. You can't fake that. You can't lie about it. So if you can attach yourself into giving somebody that kind of feeling, like, oh my God, I just discovered 1938, it feels like they discovered something on their own. It feels like something that they've connected to. And more importantly, they're going to want to tell their friends about this great new guy they found or this great new piece of clothing. And that word of mouth marketing is worth all of the Google ad clicks in the world, okay? A big part of my thing, I'll give you a little corporate strategy I do. I don't link a lot, okay? In fact, I very rarely link. Why do I do that? Because it forces the person to Google what you're talking about, okay? So let's say, I'll use my whipping boy here, Hugh. Let's say people don't know who Hugh McCloud is, okay? I can write an article. I came across this awesome cartoonist, really clever, HughMcCloud.gapingvoid.com with a link, okay? That's how most of you do it, because you've been taught that that's good blog etiquette, okay? I don't do that. I would write, I found a really great cartoonist. His name is Hugh McCloud, period. Now what happens? If somebody's interested, they're going to Google Hugh McCloud, okay? So now I've already gotten them thinking about his name, remembering it. Now they have to take another few seconds, type it, more connection. The results come up. They're going to see Hugh's name 1,000 times. They're going to click on a couple of things. So by the time they connect to Hugh McCloud through me, I've gotten them to do like 5 things, right? 5 calls to action. That's going to stay in their head, and they're going to remember Hugh McCloud, and that Lauren Feldman turned them on to Hugh McCloud a lot more than if I just left the link, okay? That's a very, very brilliant concept that was taught to me by a very, very bright guy, Steve Gilmore. And I didn't really understand it, and frankly, there are days I still don't understand Steve Gilmore. But that being said, he explained the concept to me, and it made sense. And I think if you use something like that, you're not only, you know, benefiting yourself, you're benefiting your reader, but most importantly, you're spreading the quote-unquote link love to somebody else with never ever doing the link. So, I mean, basically it all comes down to just, you gotta just be yourself. And if you're looking to make $1 billion in this business, go get into another business, okay? If you're looking to become famous in this business, go to Hollywood, okay? But if you are looking to control your own domain, no pun intended, stick to your blog. Make it all about your blog. Don't worry about Facebook. Don't worry about Google. Don't worry about search terms. Don't worry about any of that. Don't, you know, again, That's just the way I've led my online life, okay? If it's your shtick to, reach out to people, reach out to people, okay? Don't do it to me, because I won't even email you back, okay? But if you know somebody, plug this for me, sure. Or if you're in that dig game, fine. You can do that, but at a certain point, the only thing that matters is your content, if you're interesting, and if you have, something to say. A good friend of mine, he's a rock guy, Mike Watt from the Minutemen. I don't know if you guys remember him, an old punk rocker. And basically he said to me, the most important thing for any artist is just having something to say. That's it. So you all have something to say it on your blogs.